A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English because it's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A+ way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English.
Hello everyone, welcome to A+ English. I am Mike.
And I'm Laura.
And today and tomorrow we are going to be reading a very interesting article about a couple of very beautiful places that you might want to check out. You will feel like you have gone through the looking glass and you are now in the land of Cinderella and Snow White and Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty.
And people like that, because we are visiting fairy tale towns.
Wow.
And these are not story towns. These are not fictional places only in books. No, these are real. So you can visit fairy tale towns, and here's the two. We're talking about Hallstatt and Český Krumlov.
Okay.
I like the names.
Right.
I just like saying them. The bad news is, the good news is that these are real places and you can go anytime. The bad news is that they're in Europe, so you got to get on a plane and fly there. But it will definitely be worth it, and they're both kind of near each other in Europe. So it's not like you got to go over the whole continent. You go to these two places, you have a good time, and then you come home.
Do we get to see Prince Charming?
That depends on how charming you are.
Oh, I'm very charming.
Yeah, so you have to show up, be charming, and you will find your prince. Someday your prince will come. All right, let's look at our warm-up question. Do you like to travel to big cities or small towns, and why?
I'm just going to say both.
Okay.
Yeah, because big cities have lots of excitement and things to do.
Exactly.
While small towns offer a quieter, more relaxed vibe with a focus on local charm and natural beauty. So I want both, guys.
And it can be good to kind of go to the big city, be very busy, action-packed, and then after a few days of that, go to the small town, chill out, relax, sit by the beach, walk through the forest.
We want both.
Whatever it might be. I would say I usually go to big cities because that's where the airports are. you gotta fly to the airport.
That's true.
There's no airports. Anyway, I like big cities because I kind of like a lot of variety and cultural stuff. But you're right, small towns can be beautiful, especially when you like to get out in nature. So most of these places I'm betting are kind of, for you, they're kind of both.
Right.
You get the small town thing, and then you'll probably be away from a big city.
Nice.
So they will have natural beauty. Let's find out all about them. We're going to start with Hallstatt after this.
Visit fairy tale towns. Hallstatt and Český Krumlov. Warm-up question. Do you like to travel to big cities or small towns? Why?
Today, we're going to two famous fairy tale towns in Central Europe. One of them is Hallstatt, Austria. It's on the shores of Lake Hallstatt and has different scenery in each season. The town's history began with its salt mining industry. It dates back to about 5000 BC. To learn more about its past, visit the salt mines Salzwelten.
Okay, so the article begins with a very good natural kind of introduction. Today we're going to two famous fairy tale towns in Central Europe. Remember I said they were close to each other? They're both located in Central Europe. When you see that, you're thinking like Germany, Austria, maybe Switzerland, over to Romania, Hungary, places like that. Western Europe would be more France, Holland, UK, Spain, and of course Eastern Europe would be off towards Russia, Poland, and Bulgaria, Albania, places like that.
I love it that you know your geography, because I don't.
Otherwise, I'd be lost.
Okay, but I do certainly know what a fairy tale is. A fairy tale is a magical story, often featuring Prince Charming, princesses, talking animals, and enchanted places. But I wonder what a fairy tale town looks like, which is something we're going to find out later,
Absolutely,
right? I'd imagine it probably
Yes.
has lots of colorful houses,
Okay.
sparkling lakes or
Yes,
rivers, and
right.
maybe whimsical creatures like
good
fairies
word.
and unicorns, you think?
Well, yeah, I'm not sure about
I
the
doubt
fairies
it.
and unicorns,
No,
but you would.
Central Europe, yeah, maybe they don't have those.
Yeah, I'm kind of picturing the opening scene of a Disney movie or a children's fairy tale book, and you would have
Okay.
those cute little houses,
Right.
maybe a little castle in the background, you know, things like
Mm-hmm.
that. So let's find out about these places and exactly where they are. One of them, it says, is Hallstatt, Austria. Yes, Stadt is kind of the German or Austrian pronunciation. Actually, more the German pronunciation, because Austrian German is a totally other thing. But let's talk about it as being Hallstatt. One of them is Hallstatt in Austria, that small country just to the sort of southeast of Germany. It's on the shores of Lake Hallstatt, that's convenient, and has different scenery in each season. That's very interesting. So go there in the summer, go there in the fall, in the winter, it will look different.
So they have a beautiful lake there, right?
I'm sure they do.
So actually, I Googled and found out that in summer, Hallstatt is warm and rainy
really?
with lush green hills and blooming flowers.
Lovely.
Yeah, but in winter, it's cold and snowy, turning the town into a magical snowy wonderland.
It would look like the scene on a Christmas
Right.
card, I'm sure.
Exactly. So this seasonal contrast adds to Hallstatt's charm and beauty, making it a fairy tale-like destination all year round.
I guess we'll have to go a couple of times.
Exactly.
That's it. Go in June, come back. Go in
Right.
December, come back. That is
See the
my
snow.
life for the next few years. It says the town's history began with its salt mining industry. It dates back to about 5000 BC. Interesting. That makes me think of a movie for another reason.
Okay.
But anyway, so they've been mining salt there. You can get salt, of course, from near the ocean, like I think they do here in Taiwan. But you can also dig it out from under mountains and underground. That's another way to do it. So a lot of salt used to come from Hallstatt, and it dates back. That means the salt mining that's been going on there has been going on there a long time. It dates back to about 5000 BC. That's before the time of the Romans. And I'm sure the Romans were probably mining salt there too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Salt mining industry, 盐矿产业. It's really hard to say in Chinese as well. So this means people have been digging up salt from the ground there for thousands of years. The salt mining industry in Hallstatt was very important because salt was used to preserve food.
It was.
Now, so we mentioned 5000 BC. It means 5,000 years before Christ, which is like what you said, a super, super long time ago.
Right.
So this shows that Hallstatt has been an important place for a super long time.
That's right. 5000 BC, now we're in 2080. So that's like 7,000
Guys,
years ago.
do your
You
math.
might also, in more modern books, see BCE, and that stands for Before Common Era.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's just they've turned it from BC, before
Right.
Christ, to BCE. But anyways, it's the same thing. So we could say 5000 BCE. To learn more about its past, visit the salt mines, Salzwelten.
I can't say this.
Salzwelten. Salt. Salz is German for salt.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's
So-
why if you're in Austria, you might go to Salzburg, which is Salt Town.
Okay.
Yeah. So Salzwelten, I'm not sure what Welten, maybe Welten might be mine.
Welten.
Makes sense.
Right, there you go. So a mine is a place where people dig up minerals from the ground. 矿井. The Salzwelten are some of the oldest in the world. We
That's
should go there.
Interesting. Absolutely. I'm going to bring some French fries. Sprinkle it on the top.
Yeah.
And where do they dig out the ketchup?
Oh,
Do they have a ketchup
maybe we
mine?
just buy them
I
from
need
the
a ketchup mine.
supermarket. Right.
Let's get back to the article.
Yeah.
Another famous spot is the lake view of Hallstatt. From here, you can see the town's houses, churches, and nature all together. You'll feel like you're in a fairy tale. Before you leave Hallstatt, remember to try the trout dish. It's popular there.
All right, so eventually you will want to come out of the mine. It's probably quite cold and dark down there.
You don't
Plus,
want to be
it
there.
would be really dry. I imagine a salt mine would be rather dry.
And you could taste the saltiness.
The salt's just all over your lips and stuff. So
thirsty.
eventually you have your French fries, you drink a lot of water, and you get out of the salt mine. It's time to look around Hallstatt. There's other stuff to see there. It says another famous spot is the lake view of Hallstatt. Someone tells you Germany, Austria, forest, mountains, lakes, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to look like a postcard. It's going to look like a fairy tale. So
I want to go.
Definitely go.
And a spot is a place or location. So, for example, we usually mention a tourist spot.
Oh, yeah.
It's a place that many people visit when they travel.
Yep.
And we also mention the word view. It's like the word we just learned earlier, scenery, which means the beautiful sights you can see in a place, like in a Christmas card.
Yeah, usually one special spot in a part of the world, and from that spot, it looks the most beautiful.
Nice.
Right? So if you're a painter or a photographer, go to the place with the view, wait till the sun or the light is just right, and you will have living art ready for you to capture. From here, it says, from here you can see, this is from the view by the lake. From here you can see the town's houses, churches, and nature all together. You'll feel like you're in a fairy tale. You'll feel like the picture from a children's book or from that movie, that Disney cartoon. It's come to life in front of you. And seriously, no joke, if you do love photography, if you do paint, you should bring some material, because this will be one of those things that you'll never see or find in another part of the world. So definitely.
Or maybe I should bring my princess costume.
You should do that. Hang around.
Right.
I'm sure Prince will ride by on his way to a ball. He'll have a glass slipper. He'll go, OMG. And there you go. Just make sure you invite me to the wedding.
Yeah, I totally will.
Thank you.
Now, speaking of fairy tales, my favorite ones are Beauty and the Beast, Beauty and the Beast, and Sleeping Beauty. I mean, who wouldn't want to sleep all the time? I just love being Sleeping Beauty. She sleeps and sleeps.
She didn't choose. She was cursed by a witch.
I know.
Okay, all right.
To rest.
I guess, if you could be cursed for like a week or two, get some good sleep, and then wake up.
And then she doesn't age.
Your skin would be so nice.
See?
The curse would be gone.
There you go.
Until next time. Before you leave Hallstatt, remember to try the trout dish.
Ooh.
It's popular there, okay? So we've moved from lake scenes to dinner, but apparently from the lake or nearby lakes, they get very fresh trout. This is a very delicious lake or freshwater fish, and they make it into a beautiful dish. So it's a meal prepared from trout, and it's very popular there. That's interesting. When I think of Austria, I don't really think of seafood and stuff, so I would definitely try that. A nice light meal.
I wonder if they can have it in sashimi. Well, anyways, it's a type of fish, trout, that lives in rivers and lakes, and it's known for its tasty, delicate meat.
Yes.
Right, so in Hallstatt, they cook trout in different delicious ways, like grilling or baking it with local herbs. Oh, yummy. It's a special dish you shouldn't miss.
Absolutely. Do you know I almost got caught by the police for catching trout once?
Ooh.
In Scotland, I was fishing in a lake with my dad. This old man came along. He was very upset until he found out we were just tourists from Canada. Those were the Queen's trout.
Ooh.
If I'd caught one of them, they would have cut my head off. Well, I don't know if I would have been in trouble.
Get a fine,
seriously,
maybe?
we were like, why can't we catch these fish? He's like, these are the Queen's trout. This is the Queen's land. Go away.
Oh.
And so we went away. So that's why I still have a head.
Well, if you how's this?
Yes.
If you had a chance to plan a day trip, where would you go? Is it Hallstatt?
I would go to Hallstatt. I would go down the salt mine. I would go and look at a lake, and then I would eat some trout. I think that sounds like a pretty good day.
Yeah,
and I would bring some salt with me, just in case the chef didn't quite make the trout the way I like.
Okay.
Don't tell.
Yeah, okay. I'd love to visit a beautiful beach with clear blue water.
Okay.
But the lake would also...
In a fairy tale land?
Or in just anywhere, basically.
Could be the beach where the Little Mermaid was found.
Oh my gosh.
Will that be tomorrow's article? No.
Probably. Can I be a mermaid?
You can be a mermaid. A mermaid with a Prince Charming. Okay.
哇，今天我们聊到非常多很美的景色，就像童话故事一般呢。其中我们有提到了 shore 这个字，还记得吗？就是湖啊、河或是海的岸，或者是滨 ，OK， 它是一个名词。For example, we walked along the shore, picking up seashells as we went. 我们沿着海岸走，一路上捡起贝壳。Or you could also say the town's leader told everyone to stay away from the shore because of sharks. 好可怕哦！这座镇的镇长呼吁民众远离海岸，因为有鲨鱼出没。还有提到了很多美丽的风景，它的英文是 scenery， 它是一个名词。For example, the mountain scenery during autumn is absolutely breathtaking. 秋天的山景真的是令人叹为观止哦，太美了。Or Veronica watched the scenery of trees and lakes from the train's window. 哇 ，Veronica 从火车的窗户欣赏树木和湖泊的风景，我也很想要看诶。以及我们看到了 spot， 这个就是地点、场所，它是一个名词。For example, we found a perfect spot for our picnic under a big oak tree. 我们在一棵大橡树下找到了一个完美的野餐的地点哦。Or I know a good spot for pictures in the city. Let's go. 我知道这座城市里一个适合拍照的地方哦，我们赶快走吧。我们还看到了 leave 这个动词，就是离开。注意它的动词三态 ：leave, left, left. For example, don't forget to turn off the lights when you leave the room. 离开房间时别忘了关灯啊。Or Jade decided to leave Taiwan and live in the U.S. Jade 决定离开台湾到美国居住。好，接着我们来看一下本课的未来式的用法哦。有第一个就是现在进行时代替未来式哦。For example, we are going to Tainan this weekend. 我们这个周末要去台南。Or you could say, I'm meeting my friends for dinner tonight. 这里虽然是 VING， 但是表示我今晚要和朋友们共进晚餐，所以还没发生的未来式。又或者你可以用 will 再加上原形动词来表示未来式，像是 I will call you when I get home， 是不是要报平安跟男友这样说呢？我到家后会打电话给你哦。Okay, let's now go to review time.
Review time.
Hello everyone, we are back to do a quick review of the new words for today. So let's check out those words before we review them. The words were shore, scenery, spot, and leave. So are you ready to play a quick game of synonyms?
Born ready.
Words that mean basically kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll start off easy. Place.
Spot.
Location. Ooh, you got it in one. Very good. Decamp. Take off.
Leave.
Split. Leave. I gotta split. I gotta leave. Okay. Coastline.
Shore.
Shore. Very, very well done. And background.
Scenery?
Scenery. Yeah, you can use background or scenery in the theater kind of way. Well done.
Whoa.
Congratulations. You win a trip to Český Krumlov.
Ooh.
But only a trip in your imagination and with us tomorrow for that part of the story.
Thanks.
Sorry.
Anyways, 喜欢今天的内容吗？记得按赞、订阅、开启小铃铛，你就不会错过任何精彩的内容喽。
But maybe your Prince Charming will pay for you to go to Český Krumlov in real life. We can only hope.